Hey, good evening, family. Good evening. I hope that everyone has ended their work day and that you are now ready to officially say, it's my weekend. That's my prayer and my hope. But I just come back from dinner with my daughters, and it was a beautiful fellowship time of laughing, and it was very special because I didn't have to pay for it. So that's always a blessing. But as I came home, this just dropped in my spirit that the scripture says in Galatians 6:9 that do not become weary in well-being. And as I was thinking about that scripture, so often we quote it like, baby, don't be weary in your well-doing. Don't get weary in your well-doing. And someone may come and they say, I'm weary. I feel so weary. But here's the thing. Sometimes that weariness that we feel, it's not all the time from well-doing. It's from overdoing. And some of us have a hard time telling people no. We have a hard time not trying to take on too many projects. We have a hard time just simply overdoing. And so I just came to my computer and I said, let me just write up something, because sometimes I don't want to lose my train of thought. But sometimes our exhaustion doesn't come from serving God faithfully, but from saying yes too often when He never asks us to do it. So sometimes you're doing stuff for your church and you feel like you got to be on every auxiliary. You feel like you got to be at every program. You got to be at every event. You don't. Jesus, and I put this in a quote earlier, Jesus didn't go to every event that He was invited to. And therefore, you don't have to go to every event that you're invited to. We say yes too often when we're asked, and it's not something that God has put on you to do. And I've learned that people will try to guilt trip you into doing things that you know you're exhausted from. And then therefore that leads to you beginning to resent being a part of a church, being a part of a club, being a part of your girlfriend group, your guy friend group. You get exhausted from it. And it's from carrying projects, people, and pressures that were never meant to be on your shoulders. So you've got to check your weariness odometer to see, is it from me doing what God has called me to do? Or is it from me wanting to take on things because or taking on things because, number one, I'm not, in a sense, brave enough to say no. It is okay to say no. And you should practice it more often. So before you label your fatigue as weariness from doing good, let's pause and ask ourselves, is this the weariness that has come from my being obedient? Because God says He will give us strength. He will put His super on our natural. When we are weak, we are strong because we are in Him. We're doing it for Him. Are you going to ask yourself the question, is this weariness from me having overcommitment issues, me not being willing enough or bold enough to say no to the project that maybe my best friend wants me to do, my husband wants me to do, my wife wants me to do, when I know I don't want to do it, and I'm exhausted from that, and I'm exhausted because I won't say no. God doesn't just want us to do good things. He wants us to do the right things. And sometimes the most spiritual thing you can say is no. I thought you were going to your weekend with that. Learning to say no. And it's okay if you say no. God bless you. Enjoy your Friday evening and have a wonderful weekend saying no.